Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that, because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical, and that's what they did on the first play. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'll be get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
First down, a run with Hyde. Oh, he pulls over him. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The open man is Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
And back to the ground. Hyde. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And here is the Redskin defense.
Josh Norman was not a first-round pick when he entered the NFL, but he always thought he should be. Never lacked for confidence, and now he plays at a Pro Bowl level.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. And there's a flag on the field. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense. Still first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Shift together here from the D-line. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. All right, let's meet your starters. Matt Jones. What do you have to say, Charles?
Supposed to just be a third down back when he came into the league. He ran so well, it forced everyone to change their opinion. Matt Jones is a 3-down back.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Muscles him off. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So it's third and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Play action now. Cousins. He's got time. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it, but was not in bounds. Incomplete. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Here's Ginn. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Now here comes the Redskin defense heading back onto the field. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be a San Francisco 1st down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Eric Armstead was a big-time high school basketball player turned into college football All-American. Now they're counting on him in the NFL to fulfill his promise.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Green 39! Green 39!
On second down, Freeman. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. Room here to run. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Now the first carry for Matt Jones. Fighting through, and he is going to lose yardage here. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Santa Clara after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
First and goal here from the 9. They'll run here with Freeman. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Again, it'll be Freeman. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
partner. We're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Third and goal for Cousins. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We get a glance at the Redskins defense as they go back out there now. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Avery Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground? So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now on third and long, they'll look. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Odell Beckham, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
Kills.
speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Freeman again. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On third down, Cousins. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, Hyde. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got Smith here. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Handoff comes to Hyde. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw now on first down. He dumps it to Hyde. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play. But if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a third down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Let's go. Here we go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Penalty marker is down here.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
They'll set up a throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal.
12th line. Let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it, they do.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The 49ers have had their issues holding on to the football, but still remain in this game. The Redskins, though, aren't pulling away to this point, even with the turnover margin going their way. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. 3rd and long, the connection will be made from the gun. And this goes 81 yards for the score. The 49ers is up now by 7.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A chance for us to look now at this 49ers defense. They look good in the first half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the second half? But be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Second down, Cousins. And the ball is knocked out. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player When they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Here we go now.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards there on the pickup, and that leads to a San Francisco first down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make it?
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. 47 yards on the ground. And Freeman, not sure if he was a surprise exactly, but he sure took the NFL by storm.
But when you talk with his team, they'll tell you they saw this coming. They knew he had the talent. They were just ready to turn him loose on a full-time basis, and he took full advantage of it.
And now one of the most electrifying runners in the game today. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Cousins on 1st down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. So they were able to put the pen to the paper this week, get this deal done, contract extension. And I'm sure that the coach's front office happy. He's got to be happy too, though.
He's got to be relieved. He doesn't have to worry about moving now, doesn't have to worry about not having a team. He's back with a team he's comfortable with and where he feels he belongs. Yeah, I think he feels pretty good about this whole deal.
Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up 2nd down. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
So now 13 yards to go, 2nd and 13 after the penalty marker thrown. Another pistol look here. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle. And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. Here's Cousins. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Keith Marshall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down? We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. We focus our attention on the Redskins defense now. And they got the stop last time, or at least the missed field goal that they were able to force. And in this tie game, that's obviously critical at this juncture.
And it's become apparent that this game may come down to a foot. Someone's foot putting the ball through the post, and as you noted, kept them from doing it the last time out. Can they continue to do so? And hopefully then they can get their own offense cranked up and put the ball in the end zone. A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You got the wide receivers that have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though, such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Now heavy Redskin pressure, and they block it. This is Gap. Touchdown, Redskins.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Now Parkey for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense. And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now.
Let's go. 39.
Now high. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Torrey Smith, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
All right, partner, let's go to cliche time. We're all back to even after that score tied the game.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Cousins now to throw on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll eat some clock with Freeman. And Freeman lost it. Does the big boy have the juice?
Is knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Freeman. And a cutback left. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Throwing, Cousins, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here we go now.
A second down throw for Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Let's go.
On third down, Cousins. Incomplete on the right side. It's Tammy. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. This is Freeman. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Devontae Freeman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard. Leopard.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. On third down, he'll drop to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here we go. Over.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Now it's Freeman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Freeman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Cousins on 4th down. And able to find Garcon. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A gutsy decision there, going for it on 4th, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on themselves, and it paid off.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean, you have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week.
That's where the 24-hour rule comes into play, win or lose for all teams. Either enjoy the win for 24 or reflect on the loss for 24, then put it aside and move forward.
So for the Redskins, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.